They think you're weak because you're quiet. They think you're finished because you stopped reacting. But what they don't understand is this. When someone is dead inside, they stop feeling fear. They stop feeling pain. And that's when they become dangerous. This isn't sadness. This is silence before the storm. If you're watching this, you're not broken. You're just done begging, done explaining, done losing yourself for people who never cared. And that's where power begins. There's a phase no one prepares you for. Not failure, not heartbreak, not rejection, but emptiness. You wake up, you move, you survive. But inside, nothing responds. No excitement, no anger, no tears. Just wait. People say, stay positive, smile more. It'll get better. They don't know you already tried. They don't know how many nights you fought battles no one ever saw. Being dead inside doesn't mean you're weak. It means you've been strong for too long. Too many sacrifices, too many disappointments, too many times you chose duty over desire. And slowly, your emotions shut down. Not to quit, but to protect you. Here's the truth most people miss. This phase isn't the end. It's reset mode. When emotions go silent, logic gets louder. When feelings fade, focus sharpens. You stop chasing validation. You stop explaining yourself. You stop wasting energy on noise. You begin watching, learning, preparing. This is where warriors are built, not in hype, not in confidence, but in quiet endurance. You don't look strong right now. You don't feel powerful. But deep inside, something is loading. Pain didn't destroy you. It cleared the path. At first you think the anger is gone. No rage, no fire, no reaction. But it's not gone. It's sleeping. See, wild anger makes noise. It destroys randomly. It burns out fast. But controlled anger? That's different. That's cold. That's patient. That's lethal. When you're dead inside, you stop exploding. You start calculating. You don't shout back. You don't prove your worth. You don't chase respect. You build it. Every insult becomes fuel. Every doubt becomes data. Every failure becomes a lesson. Not emotional. Training when motivation is gone. Not because you feel inspired, but because you decided. This is the moment people misjudge you. They think you've given up. They don't see the discipline. They don't hear the planning. They don't feel the pressure you're storing. And that's the advantage. Because the most dangerous people don't announce their return. They prepare in silence. Controlled anger teaches you one rule. Emotion is temporary. Discipline is permanent. So you stop relying on mood. You move even when you feel empty. You act even when you feel nothing. And slowly, consistency replaces motivation. This is where power changes shape. Not loud, not flashy, reliable. You don't need revenge. You don't need closure. Your growth becomes the response. And one day they'll notice the change. Not because you said anything, but because your presence feels different. There comes a moment when silence is no longer enough. Not because you want attention, but because your growth demands space. You don't wake up angry anymore. You wake up ready. Your body moves on habit. Your mind stays sharp under pressure. Your emotions no longer control your actions. You're not healed. You're forged. This is where people get confused. They expect noise. They expect revenge. They expect you to explain yourself, but you don't. You execute. Every step you take now feels heavier. Not because you're weak, but because you carry discipline, pain, patience, and purpose together. You don't chase wins. You outlast. You don't fight every battle. You win the war of consistency. And then it happens. The same places that doubted you start feeling small. The same voices that laughed go quiet. Not because you proved them wrong, but because you proved yourself right. This is the return they never saw coming. No rage-filled speeches, no dramatic comeback, just undeniable progress. You stand there, not smiling, not celebrating, calm, because you know something they don't. You didn't rise because life got easier. You rose because you refused to quit, even when you felt dead inside. And here's the truth. Being dead inside didn't destroy you. It stripped you. It removed weakness. It taught you how to move without emotion and fight without fear. So if you're still here, still breathing, still standing, still moving forward, then this isn't the end. This is the version of you that no setback can stop. Stay quiet, stay disciplined. Finish what you started, because the strongest people are built in silence. By now you understand something most people never will. Pain didn't break you. Silence didn't erase you. Loneliness didn't weaken you. It trained you. This is where the will becomes unbreakable. Not loud motivation, not fake confidence. A decision so deep that even doubt gets tired of fighting it. You stop asking, will I make it? Because quitting is no longer an option. Your mind even considers, you've lost too much to stop now. You've endured too much to slow down. You've become too disciplined to turn back. At this stage, setbacks feel different. They don't hurt, they inform. You adjust, you adapt, you advance. People think strength is screaming through pain. They're wrong. Real strength is showing up again, with no applause, no support, no guarantees. This is where you separate from excuses, from comfort, from the old version of you. You no longer chase validation. You chase standards, your own. And when pressure comes, you don't panic, because pressure feels familiar. It feels like home. This is the final truth. You were never empty. You were never finished. You were never weak. You were becoming. So stand still for a moment. Feel the calm. Feel the control. Feel the power of not needing approval. Then move forward. Not to prove anything, but because this is who you are now. Dead inside, but unstoppable. There comes a moment when motivation dies. And that's not a loss. That's freedom. You no longer wake up inspired. You wake up committed. No fire. No hype. Just execution. The world thinks you're cold now. Let them. Cold things don't break easily. You don't talk about goals anymore. You move in silence. You let results speak in a language no one can argue with. This is where ego disappears. Not because you're humble, but because you're focused. You stop trying to become someone. You are someone, forged by pressure, sharpened by isolation, controlled by discipline. Look back once, not with regret, but with respect. That version of you survived what was meant to end you. And now you don't chase dreams. You hunt outcomes. No revenge, no anger, no need to explain. Just progress, so quiet, it scares people later. The final truth is simple. You didn't rise to prove them wrong. You rose because staying the same felt like dying. So if they ask what changed, you say nothing. Smile and keep walking. Not loud, not proud, just inevitable.